Hello everyone and welcome to the Flickering Torch on Twitch. Today we are playing Knights Black Agents Blood Feud, as we always play on a Monday at 7:30 over here at twitch.tv/theflickeringtorch. I'm hoping this gets into the YouTube VOD and then people watch live. So in Knights Black Agents Blood Feud, I am the director, and these are my players. They're playing secret agents trying to unravel the grand supernatural conspiracies behind the sort of espionage and underground worlds of Europe. So, as we do every session, we are going to go around and introduce our characters. So, we shall start today with Big James. Big James, please introduce your character to everyone for us, please.
I play Halbjorn, Scandinavian. He is very, very good at killing people. That's his job.
He's very good at that.
He is very good at that. He's not very good at doing it discreetly, but he is definitely good at causing the death.
That's a matter of opinion. If there's no one left to hear, if there's no one left to point fingers, then it is very discreet.
We will point fingers.
Yeah, he's the spoon.
What's it? If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, or if you just burn the forest down.
If you nuke a hot forest, you don't hear the trees fall.
That's the one.
That's true.
So, next, Jordan, can you introduce us to Leo, please?
Yes, I am playing Leo McEnroe, who is the sort of infiltrator Sam Fisher-esque spy of the group. He will get through locked doors and also the people guarding them.
Excellent news. Yeah, I think he's sort of Scottish, so he's kind of from England. The players are currently in London, so I think you're the person who will have the most contacts in the city, right?
He is very much a Scottish heritage. However, he is not, as you may suspect from his roots, an alcoholic.
Well, that's great news.
I did not know that.
I don't think we have any Scottish viewers. I think I'm fine with that one.
We barely have any viewers.
You'll get some hate viewers now, it's great.
You've just picked on the only viewer we have. He's now left. That's it.
A diehard fan was Scottish, and you've just killed him for us.
He's gone.
We were his
And more
perfect
people
drinking companions.
I mean, I drink on every one of these streams, so I mean... Right, finally from our regular players, Sean, can you introduce to us Mace, please?
He's an American from, well, no one really knows where exactly from America he is, but it's Mace Hunter. He's a con man, the kind of the guy who can get you into places, a little bit like Leo, but we have certain different ways of doing things.
Excellent. And then, finally, our special guest for London at least, Addison, can you introduce to everyone Percival?
Hello, I'm Percival Ogden, cyber hacker extraordinaire. You may have heard of me as Merlin, and I am currently investigating some greater mysteries into the disappearance of some of my family members, which I do believe these people we are hopefully about to kill may have answers to. So, you win some, you lose some.
Wait, this isn't a stealth mission? You're going to kill them?
As I've said before, if there's no one left to hear it, it's very stealthy.
Okay, so, on the trail of Club Ambrose, this secret club where the players think vampires are sort of trading up contacts or doing some dirty deals, the players have found out that the person who knows where the club is, that they have access to, is a hacker from the group Null Pointer, who are these kind of hackers for hire that any kind of criminal organisation or government can hire to do a bunch of cybercrime for them. They found out that just off of Silicon Roundabout, in Bunhill Field Burial Ground, they've actually bought a plot of land, and they're using it as a base. So underneath the cemetery, this hacker den. And they found it was guarded by Albion Security, which is this security force that they've met in Budapest as well. And they found out that there's a response team always there on the ground, so clearly some important cyber information is kept here. They did a quick few sort of staging operations where they kept going there and basically harassing people to find out what the kind of response they would get is. They found out that within 15 minutes, Albion send a response team of 10 heavily armed men, and they don't know what happens after that because they didn't want to push it any further. They found out that one of the mausoleums is basically the entrance, and that you need an RFID card to get through the door. And I believe that's kind of all you've figured out. What does one of you want to explain your actual heist plan here that you came up with last session?
Well, we were discussing last time the possibility. I'll try and do this without putting a voice on of any kind. But we discussed the possibility of, we know that this group of men will arrive in probably 2 vans or 2 unmarked cars. They get out, and then they're likely to make their way round to the back of the mausoleum, or the back of the cemetery, depending on what it is. And there was a suggestion that to limit their numbers in case we need to get out, we place something like a couple of claymores or C4 pretty much where we believe they're going to park up. However, this is as far as we've got. We haven't really discussed it any further. We just know we're going to do it. It's just a question of what. And there were some suggestions about placing some other explosives around the city to cause the police issues in terms of response times.
Yeah, I believe that was the case, right? So
Yeah.
I believe Halbjorn is the one who's setting up those extra devices.
Indeed, we should set a few of them at sort of key places around the city where.
So in key places, like the
fairly
security is
busy.
going to be super tight.
Could I give a suggestion?
Well, I mean,
of what
like
we
busy
could do?
places, banking sector, that kind of.
The issue you're going to have is not the police response, but Albion security themselves. So
I've
you
got a
think-
suggestion. I got a suggestion for you. What I think we could do. I think this might be the right way to go. Is instead of looking for high security places, just pick a few areas of overland train where the train tracks are, and detonate at safe times, because it's going to be early hours of the morning. Blow up a couple of those, ring it into the police, just so you've got other bombs planted throughout the city. That's going to bring the entire city to a grind, a standstill.
Indeed.
if you-
And it's-
planting
And it's a
things
lot
around the place.
a lot safer
so
than-
if you plant something in.
So I'm just going
I
to,
don't know.
before you continue this sort of line of thinking, you can totally do that. That's fine. You have to remember that this game has a thing called heat. So the more chaos you cause during your operations, the more the government's going to want to come down on you, and that means Interpol, and that's a whole mess. And you're already kind of wanted for some pretty audacious things.
We're in for a penny.
Or
And it's
No,
not
trust
kind
me,
of...
Ben. I've known that since the beginning. I don't think.
Yeah, I
No
think
one has
you
been
also, like, it might be a good idea to just think, like, the police aren't responding to whatever's happening in this cemetery, like, as private security forces. So
True,
you're not going to
private-
get their ire away from you. It's more...
Private
gonna-
security force might be responding, but as soon as 2 or 3 large lumps of explosive go off to remove said large security force, then everybody else is going to know that something's going on, and somebody might twig. But
So
if
the
police are already
benefits
busy and
of-
fire departments are already busy, then less chance.
The benefits of the operations area you're currently in is you could use shaped charges that don't go bang very loud, and because of where you are, it's mostly shops and offices around you. So people aren't likely to hear it if you know what you're doing with explosives, which I believe you do. What was that, Addison?
Indeed.
So I thought about this, and maybe we've been going on about this all wrong. These people are hired to protect members of Null Pointer in this area, yes?
Yeah.
Why don't we just
Yeah,
call in a
uh,
fake threat against somebody from Null Pointer across the city? Like, why don't we?
How do you think that would play out?
So if we say that somebody from Null Pointer, maybe like a VIP or somebody, is currently
Your
under threat.
issue with that specifically is you don't actually know who's part of the group because you need to break into this facility to get the information.
Didn't you break into someone's phone last time?
Yeah, I've got some.
Oh, so you'll
I've
have
got
that
some-
one. You'll have that one guy.
Yeah, and I'll just if I can find out where if I can make out that he's somewhere like quite far away, and that it's a priority for Albion to like tag him and take him to a safe house, they'll be preoccupied with that rather than coming to get us. Surely.
I don't think that's a bad suggestion. I mean, we've got to
That's a good
try
idea.
something.
Yeah.
We've got to try something along those lines. It does make sense.
and then even because then even if this goes off, they're gonna have to, because of the fact that I've called in this VIP and they need protecting. They're only going to be able to send so many people. They can't send everybody.
You can't have too many hit teams lying around just ready
Yeah.
to go. So you're right.
Yeah.
It's likely to be one team, maybe two,
Yeah.
at best across the whole city.
So you know that
Yeah.
Albion Security is like a pretty big firm. You'll just know that from having military science. You saw the kind of response that they could put out in Budapest, and that was not small.
And we've seen them turn up here with those two vans.
And that wasn't
So-
for any kind of threat. That was just they thought
No.
the radio.
Well,
was
is there any mileage in maybe we don't have to hit this place straight away? Maybe give it a few days, and in that few days. Sorry, go on. You go first.
I think the best element we have right now is surprise and like taking. Unfortunately, I'm guessing our probing will not go unnoticed, and like my probing has not been going. And I just want this. Like they have something I don't have, and it's really pissing me off that they have it.
You also have to
So-
remember that Club Ambrose moves, so you don't want to
Okay.
wait too long because it might.
All
not
right,
be
another
relevant for that.
question then. With your RT skills, the way they are, maybe if we do some back thinking on this. So, is it possible that you could try and see where the response team came from?
Oh, you mean backtrack?
Backtrack. Trying to find where the
Number
response team came
That's a good idea. Maybe can I use like my surveillance skills to like backtrack and find like
Yeah, you totally can.
And then the
would you
reason
want me
being,
to spend for that or roll for that?
So to find out where that specific team came from, you're going to have to use all the security cameras in the area. So you can spend a point in that to try and figure that out, but remember that any points you spend, you won't get back until the end of the operation, which isn't the end of the session; it's the end of London.
No, it's the end of London. Yeah, no, I've
we understand. Yeah.
I've got 8 in that anyway. So
Right. Now the reason.
I've got 4 in it now. So I'll spend that point to try and find out like direct their route, like get their route.
Yeah. So they've got
see where they file out of.
They've got a sort of like base of operations taking up one of the basements in Finsbury Circus. So someone's rented out their basement to allow Albion to have response teams in there. Looking at it from outside, there's 2 of the black SUVs that you saw pull up. They've got what looks to be like a military style Hummer. And then they've got like an armored personnel carrier and also like a police style van. But you notice the police style van has been like reinforced, not so bullets won't go through it, but so whatever's inside it won't get out.
Because if we now know where they operate from, it'll be easier to take their vehicles out at the exact moment that we attack here.
I rate we call in the VIP thing.
Yeah.
Fuck them up on the way out, and then attack this place.
Yeah, that would make
I
that would be.
go and leave some plastic bags full of presents under
There are-
under the cars.
Naturally, there are some guesses based on what we're doing, but it's worth a go.
So the issue you're going to have with getting stuff out of the cars is it's got like 4 exits from the actual basement, and the basement is heavily guarded. Like Albion security are swarming. You could only see those things because they were parked like in the garage, but that was all sort of like locked.
Oh,
down.
so the garage is it an indoor
not-
garage? It's not
Yeah.
like on the street.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's
so-
basically like
that-
someone's converted their basement into this sort of Albion security kind of like response area.
They on the inside of Finsbury Circus.
They are on the inside of Finsbury Circus, but basically like the basement goes all the way to Eldon Street, so they can get out of either side.
So if there's only 2 roads in or out, and by pure bad luck, the 2 roads they were coming in or out of, 4 roads, okay, it's going to be more difficult, but not impossible. We could call in a network contact here and maybe organise a police operation that just happens to be working that area. Maybe they've got stingers up and various things, so if vehicles travel at any speed, they're taken out. It will slow them down, at least delay their 15 minutes, maybe make it a longer window for us.
We need to put as many blocks in this as we can. So Percy would definitely you kind of see Percy like playing 5D chess in his head, like trying to think like of the best way to because we're coming up with great barriers, but none of these moves checkmate. That's the problem.
It's only about a 12-15 minute walk from Finsbury Circus to the burial ground, if that.
Yeah.
So they could still just cheese it down the road on foot.
Yeah, the
and
15 minutes
these
is them
guys
getting all their gear on, getting in the cars and going. It's not a 15-minute drive.
Maybe you could add another 10 minutes if their vehicles are disabled and they're not dead.
Essentially.
I mean, how's about instead of a police operation, we just get all the utility companies to do all their work at the same time? That'd cause a bit of chaos on the roads.
That could work. That's good. I like this. So if we call in the VIP in one part, we can make all the utility companies then, because then those people coming back, if they get called back, are going to be delayed as well.
So how are you calling in
Yeah.
utility companies? Is that going to be a hacking thing, or is that going to be using contacts?
It could be a contact. I have a contact I could use.
We could do that, and I could go in as part of the utility company and leave some presence in the road for them, and then we could set them off when they leave.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. Because if we can lock up where they're coming out of, and in under like construction, then
Hang on, if you can narrow the road they have to leave by down to one,
yeah,
then that's that. Yeah, that is checkmate.
Just
Then you go
bottleneck
with
them into one place and trap that one place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
definitely. Like,
But yeah, I have a contact who I could call upon to potentially set some roadworks and roadblocks in motion. The city controller.
Looking at the map, Eldon Street's one way, and then you've got two ins and outs other than their garage on the circus. So I imagine that their garage disgorges onto Eldon Street, and then they have to go round.
Yeah, but they could also go up Wilson Street and around. And
Why don't
as
we
you've
bottleneck
said,
them
it's
into Winston
it's
Street
like
then?
a 12-minute walk. Like they could just huff it. Like if their vehicles are disabled, they're not scarpered. They
But
can
equally, we don't need like an hour in this place.
Oh, okay, well,
We potentially need 10 minutes.
you have no idea how big this morning is.
you also don't know what I'm gonna have to punch through in order to get this information. They're as good as me, but there's more of them. Like, you just need to be very careful, like, not saying they're not better than me, it's just that there's more of them than me, which isn't fair. He's being a bit bratty.
Worst case scenario, how much time would you
I'm
need?
still a fan of the get them when they arrive approach. Then we know they're there.
I minimum would need, in the ideal time, I would need about 8 minutes tops.
You would
Like,
probably
okay.
you think you would need a little bit longer than that if there's any kind of electronic locks before.
Yeah,
you
that's
get to
what.
that point.
But yeah, like in the
That
ideal
is what
circumstances,
the locks are not a problem. That's what shaped charges are for.
So
The issue you're going to have with shaped charges is you don't know what the wiring for the whole place is like. You can definitely blow out that front door because that is obviously a front door, but if they've got like wired in systems everywhere, if you blow that, they could have a failsafe that just shuts off the server and wipes it, thermite charge.
Yeah.
I think we call some of them away, we bottleneck the others, and then we hit anybody who comes towards us.
Three things, you're right.
Anytime that we can by delaying them to get to us will
Yeah.
help, and then we still can hit them when they get to us. We're not
Yeah,
saying we don't have to
exactly.
hit them, but if we can buy 5 minutes with a roadblock or with a trap on the road, then that gives
I
you
have
5 minutes that you can potentially use.
We just need
better
rooks.
idea. We could hire Albion Security to assault the place with a separate team from a different arm. Then
There'd
dress
be
in
two.
similar.
That's
Hold
also
on. Then dress in similar camouflage gear and military attire, and join them as they cross the churchyard, and then duck out when the shooting starts with the other team because they might not know who it is.
I feel as though they'd be aware. Like, no pointer are far too.
No,
Like,
this
they're
is where
too
your
big,
hacking. This would be where your hacking skills come in. You would acquire the services of the other arm, and not tell them who's in here. And
Has
you send
Albion
them
got
here.
a competitor? Has Albion got a competitor?
Yeah, there's a
that's a good
bunch
point.
of just security firms. Albion, looking around online, like they don't really have very much of an online presence at all. You basically find like a few articles of people complaining, like, "Who's this Albion security? They're heavy-handed. Blah blah blah. They threw my brother out a second-story window." Like these guys are a private security firm in the case that they're very private.
They're just fucking
can't-
mercs, aren't they?
You can't find
they're
anywhere
the
to hire
word-of-mouth
these
kind of
guys.
people. They're the kind of people that you have to know, and it's who you know, not what you know, or where you can find them.
But Albion, he raises a great point, doesn't he? I mean, if the police are notified that there's a potential group of terrorists running around the streets of London with guns in a certain area of London, you're going to go in there heavy-handed, aren't you?
So
I
what?
think-
We send
I
the
think
police
problem
in
would be
there.
I think
We send the
problem
police.
as the police are probably already taken care of by this group. If
So-
if it's a second security firm or even another wing of Albion Security, they would then all chaos would reign, especially if they're all in the same uniform.
No,
So
we have to
what
keep
you've
it. We have
been-
to keep it simple.
What you've been seeing around London is Albion Security carry firearms. And you imagine that if they're carrying firearms and not getting arrested for it, the police know. So either they're paying them off, they've got like a special permit, or so like Albion Security are supposed to be carrying firearms in London, which is insane.
We've kind of we've talked ourselves round, so we've only
need
got
to-
one option left, which is let's just let them
Send
drive up.
half of them away, and then fuck
Do
the
it.
others up as they come up.
Yeah,
Is the
Yeah,
aim, because
it's-
we are talking ourselves in circles.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
We send
We-
one
we
off,
need
get a
groups.
VIP, we delay the others as much as we can, and when they get to us, which they inevitably will, we fuck them up then.
I still think it'd be funny if we had the two of their security teams attack the same place.
It's just not
They're-
practical, Hollywood.
They're too well organized. They
That's
they
where
wouldn't.
Percival's hacking skills come in. He would be able to make it look like it's someone else that they're attacking and not their client. And if it's
Yeah,
an arm,
they'll-
if it's an arm, if it's part of the structure of the operation that's far enough away from this part, then it could be amusing.
Could be.
I just don't
I'm
think
gonna-
it'll be very practical.
They are like
I'm-
ex-special forces guys. They're not
Yeah,
gonna...
that's what I'm thinking. They're like SA. Like I would
They
also
might
know,
be
wouldn't I?
special forces, but I've also seen how computer guys work, and they sometimes leave things to be desired.
I will. Mm.
Same with the administration side of things.
You don't think
just-
you're gonna get like a PMC to fight itself in a city it
Yeah.
knows it's operating in.
Yeah.
Like,
Nobody
they're
can
very
hack that
obviously
feature.
dressed a certain way.
What if we hire like the the South African arm, and
That'll
get a
take
team of
days for them to get here.
No,
we-
it wouldn't.
we need
They'd
them-
hop on a plane.
You can't hire one arm. They would basically just like subcontract it out to
Yeah.
Albion that's
They-
already in the country.
Yeah.
You can't hire
I-
Albion Budapest to work in Albion Czechoslovakia.
This is not a plan that's got any.
And then a
Like,
competitive,
I just-
and then a competing security firm.
You
Breaker
don't.
breaker. Like breaker. You just see Percival go, "Oh, I'm done with this." Like, we have a situation with a certain VIP. I need the furthest away they'll go. Like, where, give
Borderline.
me, yeah, borderline.
Borderline.
Yeah,
You
not
could
Seven
probably.
Sisters.
They're probably just going to operate in Hackney, but you could send them pretty far in Hackney.
Hackney Marshes. Send them into the bloody football fields.
You
Somebody
imagine
would
you
say-
could probably get them to go in the opposite direction to Bank of England Museum, maybe, or just the Bank Tube Station, which is basically like twice as far away.
Okay. Breaker. We have a situation with a VIP, a null pointer VIP, at Bank Station. Can you tag VIP and take him to a safe house due to possible targeting from a rogue group? Thank you.
I am going to need a spend from you to make that sound good.
What would you like me to use? I have one in bureaucracy.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah, spend your...
One.
Well, you spend your one in
My one
bureaucracy.
in bureaucracy. Yeah.
This is going to go down the pan. This isn't it?
This is we've shitted it, mates. We're gonna die.
Yeah, so you spend your one in bureaucracy. That's fine.
Baker.
Hello.
Which VIP? Repeat. Which VIP? So they are receptive to it, but they don't.
I'm gonna use the ping of the guy.
So that's
Who-
Johnny Clint, also known as G5, or that's his
Johnny
hacker name.
Clint.
I'm gonna use his.
That's
because they only use
American president's
G5.
name if ever I heard one.
G5. A VIP G5 has been apparently detained by police at the bank station. We'd appreciate if you intercepted. Thank you.
G5 again? Can that wanker just leave the fucking coppers alone? We'll send a couple guys. Fuck's sake! You hear over the breaker.
Sorry. G5 may need more. The possible rogue agents might be there as well. We've had a tip off that there are people trying to gain access to G5.
Wait, is this in Hackney?
No, outside bank.
Fucking hell. Right, well, we'll send extra security to the
G5's
grounds.
apartment.
We'll send 3 guys after G5 and we'll send extra security to the grounds. We don't want them breaking in there.
Okay. Send them to.
No, we've got to defend the VIP location, mate.
Pardon?
We're going to send a squad to the VIP location.
VIP location, thank you. Yep, send a squad to the VIP location. We don't need any.
And then
help
we'll send one person after Johnny 5.
Yeah. So VIP. So hang on, what?
So they've sent a team of 2 agents to go pick up Johnny 5, and then they've sent another team to the VIP location. There's a very important location. VIL, I guess.
VIL.
There's a location that's very important in Hackney.
G5 needs to be separated due to rogue agents. Do not bring to VIL. Do not bring to VIL. Bring to safe house.
Do you have any more points in any kind of interpersonal skill to use here? Intimidation's probably not going to work. Have you got negotiation?
I've got streetwise. Are you pretending to be a agent that's somewhere near G5 reporting this in, asking for backup? Is that what you're doing here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you got cop talk? You could possibly use cop talk.
I could
probably make this convincing very quick. Where are we at the moment? In a hotel? Are we?
I've got streetwise, so that's why I wanted to try and use like.
Streetwise, they're not a criminal organisation though. That's your issue. Have you got cop talk?
Can I
No.
ask where exactly?
I'm sending them to bank.
No, where we are as a team. Where are we? Where are you?
We're on
Didn't
the
you say
Silicon
you
Valley
walked
bank.
away?
Yeah, we're in
while
like
these guys
we're
were
like in
planning?
the Builders Cafe, aren't we? Still.
Oh,
The greasy
damn it.
spoon.
So I was going to pull out a gun and just tell you to hold the mic down and fire a few shots off, but we're in public, so that's a good idea.
Right, so if you don't have any points, they're basically just they're gonna
make it
send
sound
people after Johnny 5, but they're also gonna
really good.
reinforce their location.
Fuck. That's so annoying.
Okay, yeah. So basically, what
Well,
we see
that
is
worked pretty well.
they're sending a car out. Leo, did you want to use a contact here to hinder response times?
I do have a contact that I can use in this situation.
Who is your contact?
Contact by the name of Marius Kelson.
Marius Kelson.
Marius Kelson. He is a city council worker, and he is. I think it's about time that all of the streets around this location had some emergency roadworks done to them.
Okay, so yeah, you pick up the phone. Hello, who is this? You're speaking to Mr. Kelson.
How you doing, pal?
Oh no, not again. I don't have your money.
Hey, I know. Hey, I just need you. I'm just calling in about some concerns about some certain streets. I think the water seems to be running a bit weird in some of the buildings. The tarmac's looking a bit grainy. I think it needs all to be ripped up and resurfaced like instantly. Some of the electrical lights are jittering as well, so maybe just dig all those up and redo those. And then it's happening on these. And I give him all of the street names around the place where the guys came from and where we are.
You hear him take a deep breath. does this mean our debt is cleared? If I can get these streets done, this isn't going to be easy.
You get these done, my friend, and this may well be the last time you ever hear from me.
Well, thank God for that. Consider it done. We'll say that this phone conversation happened a couple days ago. Just for the thing. So we see like the Albion. We see one just like sedan. One of the SUVs like drives out towards Bank Station, and we see the other one try to go down Eldon Street, and it's just like stuck in traffic. I will tell you that this will buy you an extra 10 minutes of response time.
Go. So Leo and me, we're gonna go get the guy in the blind spot, weren't we?
We are going to
you're
sneak
just
up on
rushing
with
to
there's
it
3
now.
guards. We're going to take the guard
I was
that's.
gonna say, I feel very under-equipped for this. We've just sat in a cafe after wrecking the place and called all this in.
Right. So the roadworks will stay there for a few days, but this basically these 3 guys will go see Johnny Five's all right, and then return back.
J5. And we've got to go now.
So you don't
Like,
have to go now.
we
You can
we
wait,
rob them-
but it's going to be slightly more reinforced than it was.
we can rob them of their gear if we take them out.
You don't actually have any guns or anything on you right now because you just went for a recce.
Yeah, that was the whole point. I mean, no disrespect to our
Yep.
British friend, but you know, you
He's
kind
a new
of
agent. He jumped the gun.
You know, you sort of
Have guns is never a question you should ask Albion.
I thought it was
It's always
calm.
going to be the same answer.
I thought our dear a British friend was very calm, but he's not very calm. He's quite jumpy, isn't he, the fella?
I thought we were going.
Yeah,
I
with
thought
the
you wanted me to
food.
go. Like we were ready. You said we were ready.
Yeah, I've
This
got a
is
spoon and a fork. I'm really, I mean, this is not how I really wanted to go equipped, if I'm honest.
Well,
I gesture to Mace to
it's
give
a
me the
little bit
fork, and then I go,
of
all right, I'm ready.
I've got this. Let's go.
I got the spoon. Let's go.
Is there anybody else in this cafe, or is it just us?
It's like you and then like an old married couple like sat by the door. They clearly come here all the time. They're just you.
And are they obviously watching, or am I facing back to them?
They're talking to each other. They don't really care about you guys. They talk
Excellent.
about the
I
weather.
just take out a gun. Check. Done. Check out the gun. Check. Done. No, it's ready.
Where did you
So
just
the
get
only
those
guns
from?
you have
Don't
on
ask.
you currently are just handguns because you don't.
Yeah, they are handguns
Yeah.
because we are unprepared here. There's no explosives either. Be thankful for that.
So
I lean
you can
inside.
go now if you want, or you can just wait a little bit. The area is going to be a little bit more reinforced now because obviously you called that in without having the correct skills.
We
to
haven't
kind
got
of-
time. We are going to have to leave. That's
Yeah.
the reality of the situation. We need to go now. So we're going.
Yeah.
I've got a spoon. Leo's got a knife. Albion's got 2 guns. We're heading
the
off.
tablet computer.
Parzival, you've got our incredible intuition and skill.
Can
So-
I draw pentagrams with it? Like I can generate pentagrams with it, can I? Can I like not cast spells? Is this not what's happening?
You can't really cast like fireball.
You haven't got a holy symbol.
Say tomorrow.
So
Albion-
magic here is
Albion
is
can
a
do
little bit.
fireball.
It's a little
Albion
bit.
can do fireball. We just need more preparation time.
So the magic you kind of have is kind of like the Tim Powers book Declare, where like if no one is already looking for you, you could like tap out a rhythm to kind of make yourself so people don't look at you, like their eyes just avert from you.
What?
But it's like
This is
it's
on me.
not like fireball. It's like
I can like identify stuff as well, can't I? Like that's one of the things.
Yeah,
you said
yeah,
I could do. When you're ready, Mr. McEnroe, I'm rather looking forward to seeing your skills in the field.
Wonderful. And I walk. I mean, I'm gonna go out then and just survey from a distance, casually walking around and survey the mausoleum. Is
You're
it
like-
still the same security?
yeah.
No.
The other truck is coming, but it's just 3 guys currently. They're on the radios and now they've like producing weapons.
How far away are they
How far away from you or from the mausoleum?
from us?
So you're across the street, so like quarter of a mile, if that, maybe half a mile.
That's quite a distance for shooting them with pistols.
Yeah, that's not going to cut the mustard.
So what is coming? So the people are coming. The reinforcements are coming.
Reinforcements are coming to here because of the fact that
They're basically like a block away from you. Your cafe is
Could I
looking
not have
out.
got away with that with tradecraft? No.
No, because that's like speaking to spies. These are just like military.
These are
guys.
just
If you had
security.
military talk, you could have done it.
Okay.
The
then.
plans
So
gone well.
I'm gonna hit up some conceal and make my way across this graveyard to try and kill these guys.
Okay, yeah. You just start walking down the serpentine path, which is the way there.
I think I've got to give him a distraction. So I think it's the old vicar dog collar again. I've come incognito, not completely ready as I would prefer. So it's like I've been roused from my afternoon nap.
I like the idea that Mace Hunter just like opens his wallet and his dog collar's always in there.
That's all there is. Always ready. Ready every time.
Yeah. And I'm going to take Parzival and sneak, tell him to follow me, stay close, stay casual, and I'm going to sneak around to the guy that we know is out of view of the other two.
Yeah,
Seeing
so
the
now they're
seeing
like
the
very
dog collar
obviously
come
looking out.
I would definitely head off the path and in between the stones and the trees and stuff, and wait for our Heavenly Father to make his way down the path and be the focus of attention.
Yeah.
So-
I'm going to have to draw. This is ridiculous, but I've got to draw their attention. In my inside pocket, I have a spoon. That's where I am. There I am, setting myself up as Patsy, hoping that
Addison, are
he's
you
shot.
being attacked by a fly?
Yeah. So.
This is a nightmare. I might as well get my prayer ready. Hang on. Ready.
If I come on and kill Mace, I'm going to be the worst person in the world.
So, right, so
Funny, though.
the rest of the group who are trying to not be obvious, can you make me a infiltration roll? You can spend however many points you want.
Yes, I have
It's a target number of
conceal.
4.
Here's infiltration.
Target number is a 4. I'm going to spend 2 points in infiltration on this.
I'm going to spend 1.
So
I'll
if
go first.
Jordan can roll first for me, that would be excellent.
It's going to be tough.
That's an
Master
8.
Infiltrator,
Well
yeah.
done.
8 is totally fine. You can sneak up. You can get actually like quite close to the guys before they'll be able to see you. So you can get within like running distance to punch someone. Like you can close the gap really far, like really close. Can we have one from the man who's following you, please? That would be
Sure.
Percival.
Percival. Here goes, boys.
Yeah, marvelous.
Yay!
7.
Yeah, you're not as close as Mace. You're like maybe like a tombstone behind.
Not close.
Okay, and then
Okay.
finally our last infiltration roll from Halbjorn. Spend however many points you want in infiltration.
Oh,
Someone's about to get
that rolled all
Clark.
right then.
Yeah, you
Pop's rolling nice today.
yeah, you do the same. You're within hand-to-hand range if you want to be of these guys. Like you could run up and get into hand-to-hand range very quickly.
I want to come on a flanking maneuver, so I
So-
am at least kind of in this kind of direction. if
So
not off a
Mace
right
is
angle.
approaching from one side. The other guys are kind of like 90 degrees from Mace, and you're like where that 90 degrees is your.
Yeah,
I'm
so that I
basically
can
behind
shoot
that.
and not worry
Yeah.
about crossfire.
As we're walking in, I didn't pay attention to this last time. I just take a glance up at, normally they have like a board outside the church, which sort of gives the order of ceremonies for that day. And there might be a name of whoever the vicar or whoever actually is technically in charge of this place. I just want to get their name.
I know it's a Methodist church, but I can't remember if they're priests or if they've got a different name. We'll just say it's Reverend Jackson.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfect,
For now.
Reverend Jackson. That's fine. I'll be looking for Reverend Jackson. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm gonna be like, I'll try the door of the church, even if it's open. I'm going to pretend it's locked, walk around the side of the building, and just see who's there.
So the church is like across the road, so you could just walk in and pretend that it was.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
It's
do that.
it's locked. I wander around. I hopefully giving Albion the distraction he needs to do what he does best, and I'm just hoping, that they. Excuse me. Hello.
Sorry, mate. You're going to have to step
I'm
back for
looking
us.
for Reverend Jackson.
No, mate. You really need to stop right there.
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry, sir. You have to speak up. I can't hear
The
you
guy
very well.
in his hand has got a gun, so now he's like,
Gun. My
So-
word, I say. Yeah, of course. Hold on. I'll start turning round, as if to look. Oh, look at that! I say, bending down to look at one of the graves.
And I shoot them.
okay. Would you like to use your MOS on one of them, or would you like to? I mean,
Yeah,
neither
why
of them
not?
are looking at you now because everyone's kind of looking at
I've just noticed, Ben, as I've done this, if you think about the scene, it's actually quite funny. I've bent down to look at something at grave, which basically means I've got my arse pointed towards these two guys. I literally could be kissing my ass goodbye. Let's see what happens.
I will shoot the. I'm assuming there are like 3 of them, and then the distraction is this way. I'll shoot the one at the front to surprise the fuck out of these 2.
Okay, would you like to use your MOS to do this?
Yeah, why not?
So with your MOS, I'll let you take out 2 of the guys, but not the guy who's in the blind spot. If you want.
Okay.
Yeah. So how are you doing that? Describe the scene. This is how MOS works. You have to describe how it happens. Go.
So, while Reverend Mace Jackson examines the daisies on a gravestone, mildly confusing the guards, there's a couple of flashes and reasonably loud bang because we forgot the silencer today. A couple of flashes and a couple of loud bangs, and the nearest 2 of the guards, bullet side of the head, down they go.
Yeah, so what we actually see is Reverend Jackson, like the camera sees Reverend Jackson, sorry, not Reverend Jackson, Mace Hunter as a Reverend, lean down, and then we just hear 2 shots, and I guess like at that point like Mace like stands up and turns around, and Halbjorn's there, and he just like waves.
Yeah.
As I turn round and obviously see the scene, I have picked up from the ground some flowers, which I then discard casually over the 2 fallen bodies. Bless you. I start walking towards Albie and taking the dog collar out.
So then the third guard gets ready to like circle round because he obviously heard the gunshots.
Yeah.
So we will go to Leo because he's the closest to that guy. Leo, what's your move here?
So as he hears the gunshots and I see the guard start to move, I go up behind him and I go, "Oi, Susie!" And then I clock him with my elbow across the chin.
Would you like to make me a hand-to-hand roll for that?
I'll use my MOS to do that then.
Are you sure you want to use your MOS on this?
My MOS is hand to hand.
Are you sure you want to use it on this?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you just walk up
I'll set
behind him.
myself up for failure, I don't care.
You just walk up behind him, hey Susie turns around and then...
Oi, Susie.
These guys have all got guns, so anyone who wants a Glock, there's 3 Glocks.
Yeah, I'll pick one up. I'll pick up a Glock from the guy. What else has he got on him, out of interest? Has he got anything that can be like a hand-to-hand weapon? Or?
He'll have a knife in his boot, so they'll all have a knife and just a pistol. These guys aren't super heavily armed.
Can I find the cheat sheet for the code words? One of them's got a cheat sheet for code words.
Yeah, so they've got a copy of the Telegraph. Like one of them's got a copy of the Telegraph, and it's today's Telegraph, but nothing's circled. So you have a feeling that what they're doing is like counting and then saying that word and then counting and saying that word. Like that's the thing. So you'd need like basically like what you'd need the skip to be able to figure out what the skip code was.
I suspect that's probably all over the pavement and the gravestones now. Oops. So did they have any body armor on them?
No, these guys haven't. They're just kind of...
Okay.
Glock and a knife, please. Is that all right? Do you mind, Albion, if I help myself to a Glock and a knife?
You take what you need. I have 2.
Lovely.
I'm going to take the knife from the boot.
On the third one.
I was going to say, I was going to give the knife to Parzival. I've got a knife and a baton already. I can take the pistol. I'll give the knife to him.
I hand Parzival the third gun.
Okay, this is
like this, and I take his hand with the gun in it, and like this, you point, you squeeze, it goes bang, and as I pull the trigger, it
haven't
goes
got
off.
the time, gentlemen. We need to get over
And
to that.
the thing in front of you, it dies. You
go.
Be careful as to what you point it at. Yeah?
You go check out that mausoleum. I'll hide these 3 bodies.
It has been 5 minutes since the call was made.
Cool. Can I go to the door of the mausoleum and try and open it?
Yeah, the door of the mausoleum is magnetically locked.
Can
I have what would I use an infiltration to get in?
I've got a thing. I can literally just open it.
You use Percival's hacking.
Would you like to give me 2 on digital intrusion to spoof the RFID?
I thought I already had a spoof for the RFID. You said I'd already cloned it.
Oh yeah, you did clone it. Sorry, I forgot about that. That was last session. Yeah, Yeah, the doors start like slowly opening, and as they open, like obviously a fog machine starts up. And you just hear wah ha ha like a Halloween speaker stuff going wah ha 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 ha. These guys are fucking hacker nerds, man. Slowly opens.
I thought they were.
And
Okay,
there's like
let's go.
an
We've got,
eerie
what,
blue globe that's
15
obviously like a bunch of LEDs like set into the door frame, so it's got this kind
I
of
might just
like
kill them for this.
Before he walks in, Leo
How-
throws up
how
into a
we all-
bush.
Halbyon's going to do a standard thing of tactical entry.
tactical entry.
Oh.
Yeah. So you start going down the stairs. You've attacked this at kind of like 9 o'clock at night. So there are like 5 guys in there. But as soon as you enter and you're doing all your like tactical entry stuff, they all just instantly like put their hands up. Like these guys are just
Are they like hacker nerd guys?
yeah. So they're basically like hipsters. So like you see a guy with a plaid shirt. You see like a guy who's got those like super wide like circular glasses. There's like a chick behind the bar. Who was coding with one hand and like pouring a drink with another, and she's got like a bright green mohawk, and she's serving another girl at the bar that's just like completely covered in tattoos, and was also on a laptop.
Sun's out, guns out. Everybody, get away from the computers.
Yeah, they've all like put their hands up and they back up. There's like 5 of them. There's these big
Please line up
circular.
against the wall.
So you're in like a bar area right now. So the bar is kind of like 10 foot by 10 foot, and then at the end you can see like a big circular cage, like a Faraday cage, that's built inside like a bigger cage, with another lock on it, with a code pad, and then inside that you've got a bunch of like IT workstations. You've got some servers on one wall, and then on the opposite end of it, because it's big and circular with a big pillar in the middle, you can see a massive server.
Okay. Okay.
Right,
You crack on.
Excuse me, nerds. If you could all stand against the bar with your hands in the air, that would be amazing. And does anybody know the?
Yeah, on the back of that, what Albion is saying, let's walk across to the guy who was one hand coding.
Yeah, the girl behind the bar just looks at you.
Who was one hand coding?
That was the girl behind the bar. She was doing that and pouring a drink at the same
No
time.
disrespect to her. That's ridiculous. I can't have that kind of nerdiness. I'll slap her across the face. Ridiculous. But you tell him exactly what he needs to know, or you're the first one buying the bullet. And by the way, love, I say to her now, my Cockney kind of accent, your friends aren't coming. They've already been disposed of. So you better give him all the information, or let me tell you, you're the first gone. Gun clocked above her head.
You guys are totally fucked, she says.
We're not, because once I get in there, I'm going to delete the whole videotape, and I was never here, and my friends.
Never
were never
monologue.
here.
Never monologue. Just get on with it.
Let's go. I'm off to the Faraday cage. I'm like kid in a candy store. Like,
if he needs information, you tell him, or you're gone, love.
Yeah, she just says it's the first 6 digits of pi in binary. As she looks at you to like put it in the keypad.
That's not a problem at all. That's why
I would be able to do that, surely.
Yeah, you know that. It's taking a while because it's like you have to put in
Lots
each
of
number
zeros.
as ones and zeros. It's super like.
type it in with your nose. Show her who's boss.
Are you including the decimal point?
you have to put in the decimal point as well. It's all ASCII as well. It's a shit show. That's going to take another 5 minutes of time.
So
Gives him an aneurysm just trying to look at it.
as soon as it's open, I'm in, and
so right, okay, so you've got all the workstations that are attached to this big pillar with a bunch of cables going up. On one side, you've got servers that are plugged into that big pillar, and then on the other side, you've just got one server rack that appears to not be plugged into the big pillar, but plugged into the
So
computers.
I would like to use my digital intrusion MOS on this.
On what?
On basically all of this. Like, just
You'd only be able to use your MOS on one of the things. So
could I not like use like dongles to like connect them all up and do it from one terminal?
no, right. So
Too much
the
fire.
terminals are all very separate entities.
Yeah.
So
I
do you want
I
the ones
center
that are
thing.
attached to the big pillar, the one that's just attached to the workstation, or are you going to try and
The
get
one
access
that-
to the workstation and then sort of work out from there?
I would go straight for the pillar. I'd go straight for the middle.
The middle one.
While you're doing this, a quick scan of the bar. Any other exits?
There are no other exits. This place
It's on
has
the
been
other
built.
side of the bar.
On the other side of the bar is a shit ton of different alcohol, and it gets very, very pricey. But you'll notice it's like a free bar because obviously there's a hacker group. They can just steal whatever money they need from
Delivered.
booze. along
Any...
the
Sorry.
all of the bar surface you now notice is like cracked sticks of RAM that have
I
been
love
like
it.
epoxy resined
Yeah,
into the
That's
bar.
nice. Is there
And-
any first aid kit there at all, just for curiosity?
Yeah, there's a proper first aid kit that's got
Hey,
like a
hand it
gun
to
trauma
one
kit
of
as
the
well.
men nerds, someone who's not the woman, obviously, and give it to him. Hand him that first aid kit. So you're going to need this in a minute for the woman.
Hey, man, that's totally not. You don't know who you're fucking messing with, man. I can do
don't
more
know,
damage
I
with
think
my
we do.
keyboard than you can do with that gun all year, man.
Not
So,
when you're gone. Moving on. If you keep talking, I'm
MOS.
slapping you about as well.
MOS, I basically go straight up to the big tower. I look for a connection port. I put like a dongle in it, like instead of like a wireless connector into it, and I start like hacking into it to find all the members.
So as the screen sort of like flares on, we see like welcome to the river Styx in like ASCII characters, and then this big like ASCII gate opens.
They give us a bad name. I swear to God.
So
That's
the river
changing as well.
the river Styx, you find out, is Null Pointer's sort of main data center, like where they keep all their information on their own people. It's not connected outside, so the servers that you saw on the end, they were to hack things and like basically take all their traffic outside. This is to hold their own information on. It's got crazy encryption on it. You've used your MOS, so you can break through that.
Yeah.
But looking at it, you're like, real recognize real. These guys know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. I basically take all of that. Everyone, like straight up, everything they've ever done to impress the group.
They've basically got their own internal emails. You can take all of that. You can scrape.
I take everything and then I change that ASCII thing at the end once I've got everything I need.
So before you make any more decisions, on all of the hard drive platters, just sat above them are thermite charges that you could set off to just fry this whole rack if you wanted. And you can do that through software. It's not going to hurt you. It's just basically going to melt all of the server here, if you want.
Part of me just wants to like blanket, like so instead of like copying. No, but I mean, as in blanket, as in instead of copy and pasting, cut and pasting. So I take everything.
From the nerd aspect of it, the only way you're ever really going to get rid of data is by physically destroying it. Hence the thermite.
Okay.
You can erase it in software, but there are ways and means.
So you have two options. You can trigger those thermite charges, and that'll irrevocably destroy it, or you could spend the time and programmatically go through, basically like erase all the data, put new data on, erase that, keep going, but that'll take like a long time.
A 1 terabyte hard drive takes about 2 hours to do that, by the way.
Yeah, so I'll just grab what I need, like all of them, so every single one of them, like what they've done, and then I'll set the thermites off, and then I'll grab a spray can from my thing, like, and I just spray paint on the front of the like destroyed tower. Merlin was here, and like,
as I watch you do this, I say that's not going to matter too much.
We basically
not going to be here for long.
We get a slow-mo shot of a hard drive being melted by thermite, and it's sort of, we like pan out to see like all of these thermite charges sort of like melting through all the data, and then we like pan out to the plexiglass cover that was over like all of the internal components, and it just says Merlin was here on it. Do you want to do anything?
Would that also get rid of the video camera thing?
No, because that's not an internal system that you imagine is being routed to Albion, so you'll need to hack the other terminals.
Okay. I am going to quickly try and hack the other terminals then on my way out.
Okay, so I'm just going to pre-warn you that MOS, that took you 5 minutes. Otherwise, it would have taken like 10, 15. Yeah. So remember,
you've got 5 minutes left.
Well,
you've got 10.
You've got 10 minutes left.
You've done well.
While you're doing that, and Mace is covering the hostages, are there any more guns in here? Does Albion have a gun locker down here?
No, this is basically like a really hipster like bar with like a big neon sign.
Damn it, that's what I thought.
The Null Pointer Drinkery, it says on the neon sign, and then it's like all the walls are like graffitied over, and then there's like a bunch of just mismatched furniture in here, but it all looks like it's like fairly expensive shabby chic style.
Thrift shop, yeah.
Are there toilets in here?
Yeah, there's toilets on the wall opposite the bar.
I'm assuming a storeroom as well, because there's got to be somewhere to store more beer.
There's like just kegs directly under the bar, so they're
Oh,
just
right,
gonna
okay.
order new shit.
Well,
when it
I'm
comes
definitely
up.
going to go and check the toilets while you're hacking away, just to make sure there's no one else.
I'm
in there.
gonna delete
Yeah,
the
there's-
things that we were never here.
They've got those really trendy toilet signs that don't actually show you if it's a man or a woman. It's just like a white circle with a black circle in the middle, or a black circle with a white circle in the middle. You go in and both the doors lead to the exact same toilet, so it's all just like for show. There's no one in there.
But there's no one hiding in there. Okay.
I
good.
asked the woman which part of Ireland is she from.
From mind your own fucking business. That's where.
That's probably Northern Ireland then. I say with some confidence.
Right, so you're going to try and hack into this next set of terminals.
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah.
like to make me digital intrusion? You can make me a roll on that, can't you? Right,
Yep,
so
I've
these
got
guys
a-
are good. These guys are the best in the biz. So that's going to be a 6
Business.
target number.
Like that accent, that's good.
I'm gonna spend 3, so I've got 5 left in it.
Give us a roll.
Show chat blood feud. 1 second.
None of my business. I like that.
1d6.
Yeah, you'll like it even less with my foot up your ass, she says back to you.
It's okay.
Can I
say.
go up to the?
I'm Jack O'Neill from
There we
Northern
go.
Ireland myself sometimes, so it works well. No one squeals on Jack O'Neill, just so you know.
Oh, they'll fucking
I've got-
squeal, mate. Don't you worry.
I got an 8.
Hearing that, so is that was that the joke about the Catholic Church?
Yeah, that's true. Good point. I say, good point.
Right, so I will pre-warn you, it will take you 10 minutes to get into this
It's gonna be
server,
tight,
download
isn't it?
everything,
Bad.
and destroy the data. So, if you want it to take, instead, 8 minutes, and give you 2 minutes to get out of the graveyard before everyone arrives, you can do that, but not get all the data.
Just do it. Just get as much as you can. We
Is
can't
this,
get
this is a network connected server, right? Bang
Yeah.
a rat on it, and we'll go and sort it out later.
It's still
Okay,
got the
sure.
same thermite charges all up it, so if someone wants to remote detonate this thing, they could do it before you could get in.
Yeah, but if it's a network connected server, we should rightly assume that it's backed up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Well, it's gamble. isn't it?
Hence why you should put a remote access on it, and then we can do it nearby.
Hang on.
While
So
they're storming the building.
all I want to do for this thing is make it so that this 15 minutes is gone. That's all I want to do. I don't want any other data. I've got all the data on them.
Yeah, but you could get all of the data on all of the operations, so this is what they use to do everything outside of the building. So you've got all their internal communications, but if you wanted their tech or like any of the kind of bank accounts they've stolen from recently,
You're gonna want that, aren't you? Let's be honest.
Yeah. So
you don't have
I
to
what I
take it.
can.
But
He wants that. Let's be
I
honest.
take it. I take it.
right, you tell the rest of the team it's going to take you 10 minutes. So Albion is going to be outside when you've finished.
Halbjorn.
I'm gonna go outside and cause some trouble.
Wait,
they
before
get
you
there.
do, Halbjorn, I'm in the bar area, and I'll say to you, before you go, GM, are there any like tea towels or anything around the bar?
You
Yeah,
have
there's a
read
bar
my
towel.
mind.
This place
I've
is
got
kind
a
of
few
like a
bottles of
fucking
proof
torch.
liquor and a few tea towels, and I run after Halbjorn.
I'll say I'll hand a bottle ready done with a rag to Mace and say, you need to throw this at the whole server thing over there when we go. It's up to
That's
you
something-
about these. It's up to you what you do with these guys. They don't.
There'll be,
that's your problem.
Might be a good idea if they come running out first, if you know what I mean.
Maybe you have enough bullets. It's up to you.
I do.
They'll run away from fire.
Some interference.
I do. I can leave this running, so I do need to ask someone something, if they wouldn't mind. And so the bird's the mouthy one, right? The
Yeah,
island.
that's the
I'm
Mouthy
ready.
Irish
I'm
one,
ready
yeah.
to pistol whip that person.
There's like so there's two women out of the 5 people there. There's the mouthy
Yeah.
one, and then there's
One
like this
hand.
super tattooed one that's not actually said anything.
One-handed.
I'm looking for a very. I've pretty much going to destroy your entire operation and leak your information to the authorities and ruin you. So you might as well. You have nothing to lose now. So whilst I'm downloading this, you're going to tell me if you've met somebody called Arthur Ogden or Bedivere Ogden, and you're going to tell me now. Otherwise, and I put the gun to her kneecap, but I take it to the back instead. So
Oh, this is.
I'm like,
She looks at you. Do you want to spend any points in intimidation?
Look
I
at our
have
little
nothing in
boy. He's growing
intimidation.
up.
I have nothing. I am aware that I look fucking ridiculous. Like I'm like,
I was gonna
please
say,
tell me everything you know.
think your intimidation is mechanical. You're holding it.
Yeah.
She kind of looks at you, and she says, "You're not gonna fucking pull the trigger. I've seen
Yes,
trigger men. You're
He
nothing."
might not, but I am. I'm blasting a shot in the knee. I'm sorry. Because I'm not having it.
Take 1 point of stability damage because she is technically unarmed.
That's fine.
Is that me as well?
No, me. It's me.
You could also take a point for you've not
Yeah.
seen someone be shot before, so you can
Right.
take 2.
I do.
For Mace, shooting
do.
someone unarmed is less scary than you seeing
Yeah.
anyone be shot.
No,
That's
yeah,
fine. We
I
haven't got
imagine
time.
that
I totally accept that, but we haven't got time to mince around. We shoot her in the knee. Ask you a question. If she doesn't talk, the next one gets it in the wherever you determine. That's fine with me. I'll make it.
No, I've
trying
never
to
heard of him, you
follow.
English bastard! And then she like spits at you.
I'm not English. My name's Jack O'Neill from Northern
No,
Ireland as
she
well.
spits at Percival because he's very
Oh,
obviously
right.
English.
Oh, that makes sense. I said.
Oh,
Understandable.
it makes a mess. I go and check my computer because that's put me off. Like, I'm
Hearing,
like,
hearing the shot, I'll nip back inside and said, "What are you doing?"
It's okay. Percival's just getting some information.
Oh,
worry.
he looks a bit green.
He's doing fine. He's doing fine. Look, you can see him over there at the computer. He's
her bones are on the bar.
Get a picture, I
Happens
shout
when
from
you
the top of the
shoot
stairs.
people. It's okay. I think one of our number shot somebody, but it's not the new guy. I
Wait.
careful not to use names, of course.
Are you gonna come and give me a hand with this or not?
Yeah. It's just a second. This is quite funny.
Progress.
The new guy is throwing up.
So what information do you need, Percival? If somebody could quickly give me the information before I get a little bit, shall we say, carried away, my hair trigger action. You see, that's one of the problems with us Americans. We don't know how to stop firing.
She's never heard of the guy.
She's never heard of my family. So
No.
I'm like, the only thing I need is the last one I need is the card. We need the card. Who's got the card? Who's got the invitation to Ambrose?
Fuck, it might be Riggs, but I don't know.
Okay, I can. I just need it so I can search the data. So I can literally just control F the data.
He's
that I've
under
got.
base star.
Base star. Cool. Awesome. Thank you very much. I think we're about done here, gentlemen.
Okay,
Gentlewomen.
back upstairs.
We've if there's any issues, please.
Right, so while you're still getting the
Merlin.
data, you two, Albion's just arrived, the 2 vans.
I would stand near where they turned up last time, but hide. And as soon as the doors open on the back of one of the vans, a lit bottle's going in it. I suggest
Right.
Leo.
Leo's doing the other van.
Same. Yeah, you hit the other van from a similar idea. They open the back door and whoof, arc all
I'm
the
gonna
flames.
say...
Just
I
in
mean,
case
even
that-
if they don't kill them, at least they'll be distracted while we run away.
Who
little
put
bit.
together the Molotovs?
Hello.
Both of us did, I think.
Okay,
I kind of helped him.
each of you make an
I took it, guys.
explosive devices roll for target number, Rego target number.
Both of us or him?
But you did
Both.
as well, so
One for
Okay.
each car, essentially.
Cool. So I'll do my one. You go first, James. I'll let you go first.
can I apply the cherry of bigger boom?
You can apply the cherry of Bigger Boom.
I can't remember the wording on it. Someone's might have to look it up for me. I don't think I've actually got it open in the right place.
I think it just means you get to craft something that's more potent than the normal,
Yeah, it is.
than it would normally be.
Because I'm down.
You decide what 2 alcohols combine to make a really flammable liquid.
Just use a bottle of Pachin. Don't worry about throwing whiskey.
There's this one with a skull that's steamed when you took the lid off.
Scumble.
Right, yeah, give us a roll.
Go on.
You need a 4.
I think that's the only mechanical purpose to it.
We fuck this, boys.
I mean, he's rolling first because he's got more in ED than I have.
What you talking about? Bless you, my son.
9.
Jesus Christ.
Right, so what we see is, as the Night's Black Agents TV show, what we see is from the cafe you were in that had like a little shitty CRT monitor, and it's playing the Italian Job at the time. And you just hear him go, "You're only supposed to blow the bloody," and then the window blasts out as the whole van like fucking bang. So that first van is gone. The second van, please make a roll, Leo.
Oh fuck, that's a 3.
Yeah. So what happens is you throw it, and as you throw it, the rag comes out of it. So like the alcohol splashes and the rag just lands next to it. They're still a bit startled because of the colossal bang.
Pal.
Can I stumble out of the bushes and peer very drunk? Hey, is that mine? And I go towards where the bottle landed.
All these guys start piling out, and then you hear one of them say, "Crimson, crimson, crimson," like down the walkie-talkie.
Oh, I would be able to hear that because I'm listening this whole time. I'm like, Mace!
Sorry,
All right, so if you're listening in, you will hear, "Prep the asset."
Yeah, prep that.
Oh no! Oh shit! I begin very faintly tapping a beat out on my tablet, like nobody can see me.
Right. So what we see as viewers of the show is that prison van screaming out of the Albion HQ.
That would be Finsbury Circus.
That would be Finsbury Circus.
That's still got problems though, isn't it? So there's a delay to that.
There is a delay to it, but it's just going to try and push through traffic.
Right, nerds, you better start running for those that can still walk. I say, better get running.
The tattooed lady is now like over the Irish lady and is like trying to fix the gunshot wound.
Sod all that. You better start running, or I'm starting firing. Go.
If I don't keep pressure on this, she's going to bleed out. You want death on your hand?
No, I don't really care. Keep moving, or I'm shooting. Quick. You better get to the surface, because one of you's going to go.
She like looks at you, and the Irish girl and the tattooed girl like look at each other, and the Irish girl's just like go, and she's like shaking her head.
No,
and she just looks at her.
Jack O'Neill, so you better get running, love.
She just looks at Mace like she's not moving. She's just gonna hold this gunshot wound.
Did the 3 guys just leg it then?
The 3 guys just.
Let's go.
The first aid kit's nearer, isn't it? The first aid kit on the ground, yeah.
I think someone took that, didn't they?
That was
No, you gave it to one of the guys.
You gave it to the girl, didn't you?
I think.
Yeah.
Well, if he's run off with it, I'll just chuck her a towel for a leg, and then I start heading up the stairs slowly.
Do you let the tattooed girl stay to try and tourniquet?
If she wants to, I'm not going to stop.
Okay,
it's all for effect, as long as most people.
You won't take the stability damage then. Yeah, she's going to try and patch up her friend here.
I've got more to worry about than stability damage. I could be dead. That's the least of my worries.
So you're saying
up the stairs. Well, yes. Let's go.
Let's cut back really quickly to Leo, who's pretending to be a drunk, throws the bottle. One of the guys is about to grab you and push you to the ground. Would you like to do anything before that happens?
I'm just gonna pretend to, as he grabs me, can I just pretend to trip and have him miss me?
Yeah. Would you like to do a point spend on that? Or a roll on that.
Is that? I mean, athletics, anything like that?
I mean, I don't think.
Athletics, hand to hand, and then.
Well, I'll allow you to add points from hand to hand if you want, but because you're just pretending to fall over, we'll say it's a 3. You just need to make it look convincing and end up where you need to be.
Cool. So I'll add a couple from hand to hand.
Okay, that's fine.
Safe.
So I just need a 3. It's just like you're trying to make it look natural, and he's trying to direct you one way. So that's why I need.
Cool. So I need to roll a 1. I rolled a 4.
Yeah, you can end up. Do you want to end up on the floor, or do you want to end up just behind him? Because there's guys coming out of the van.
I'm just going to sort of just out of the way, sort of on the hey, what are you doing, pal?
Yeah, he throws you up against a lamppost essentially as they all start piling out. Halbion, you're directly there. Are you doing anything at this point?
How I need to know how many guys there are on what they're armed with. and
Five
whether
five
they're
guys coming out of the van. One guy in the van that was the driver. They're all armed with MP5s, and they're in like plate carriers, helmets, goggles.
Okay. Let's think. I'm assuming cherries are once per like.
Nope. I think you can just
No?
infinitely use cherries,
They
right?
just,
Yeah,
they
cherries are
have-
just a thing that you have if you've got above a certain point value. So
So I can just retroactively prepare stuff because I have that cherry like all the time.
Certainly the one the. Yeah, let's see if we can do it again with bigger boom.
You
I'm assuming-
probably only had enough for the 2 Molotovs that you threw out because you mixed it to get like a special cocktail. You probably don't have another Molotov.
Oh, okay. All right. Damn.
Being that this wasn't like a prepared op, like you only kind of
Yeah,
have
no,
been
you're damn
grabbing
right
stuff.
it wasn't. Otherwise, they'd have rolled up and been turned into vapor across the street. Bringing a pistol to a machine gun fight is a very bad idea.
Yeah, and
you
they've
gonna
got plate carriers as well, so they've got some amount of armor as well.
This is just a question of getting away now.
Yeah, it's a run.
how's the guy treated me? Is he treating me as a suspect, or is he just treating me as a drunkard?
He basically just thrown you because they're going towards the mausoleum. That's the kind of.
So he's
point
pushed me
you're
out of the
right
way
now.
and ignored me, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
Is the driver still in the vehicle?
the driver is still in the vehicle. Yeah.
Does this look like the kind of vehicle that I could open the door and point a gun at him?
Not really. You imagine it's a security vehicle, so that's locked, and the glass is
Yeah.
like ballistic.
Oh, damn it.
This is
Did they leave-
made to be secure, right? So.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Like some security firms use like Hummers, like you say. Others will use things like the G4S vans.
Yeah.
So I need to get an idea of what it was. So in that case, if it is a kind of G4S kind of van, then I imagine even if they left the back doors open, you can't get to the front from the back.
No, you can't get to the front from the back. They are separated.
Oh, god damn it.
Just run. I'm out. I'm running because we can't even blow the fucking thing up because those 2 people are in there.
There are 3 people that went out ahead of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Run down.
Yeah.
Okay, so would they go out? What I
Yeah,
want
they're
to do is,
running out and like waving at the
I wanna
towards
move-
the street, and
I
then they
wanna move-
get down.
is there like a fence running all the way around the whole perimeter?
So
Like-
you're in sort of the southeast.
Yeah. What's around
of
us at the
thing.
back?
So there's a
Behind
massive building directly south of you that you really wouldn't be able to get on unless you had like gear.
Or
and then
athletics, or extremely good athletics.
if you've got
skill.
parkour, you could probably parkour up it.
I want to parkour up that.
Have you got the parkour cherry?
That's what I've got, and
Oh,
I've got
okay.
8 in athletics. So I really want to get
Let's
up.
give you. Let's
Then-
let
then
you
you-
roll for athletics.
Gonna leave Percival to just fend for himself.
No. I think we can still help him, but it's going to have to be done. So he's not
To
going
be
to be.
fair, he's not fending that much for himself. We did.
He
give
looks
him a
like
go.
a nerd. He's got every chance to get out of this.
True.
You've
true.
noticed that all those guys have waved at the Albion security and then just got down. Like,
that there's other people that have seen our faces because we
Yeah.
go in faces covered because this was
just kind of
all
ran
the
in.
last minute.
Yeah. So, do you want to make me a roll?
So,
We're going to
yeah,
say to
what-
get
what
up the
I'll
side of
do-
this building is going to be a 5 mace.
Is
So
there
I
by any
will-
chance? Because there's sorry about it. Is there by any chance? Because there's been recent work here. Is there like any scaffolding still in place, or is that all gone?
it wasn't on the building. Basically, what you think has
Right,
happened is
right.
they excavated this area, sunk in their base, and then threw it back over. You can climb up the side, but you're going to need like a roll of 5 to do your like.
If
extreme
okay,
parkour
if I
together.
was to try and help Percival up at least to get up part of the building and maybe he could maneuver around an easier bit to climb, what would that require from me if I use that kind of difficulty?
It's just not really the kind of building you'd be able to do that on,
Right.
because it's like
Can I go? Can I
2 or
go the
3
other way?
stories.
There's,
All right.
so
There's-
he would need to parkour up himself.
I'm going to put 6 points of athletics straight in.
Straight in. You want to make the roll?
Straight in.
I can do that for you, Sean, if you want.
Yes, please. I'll leave me a couple of points, but that's okay because I've got away
Can
with
I just run? Isn't this path like straight through? So can I not just run out the other side of the path?
It doesn't go all the way out. You'd have to hop a fence, but you could run directly north. Yeah, that's fine. We see Mace like look at the situation, obviously going south. Look at this building, which is I believe it's like a gym. looking
That's
at the map.
perfect. Yeah, great.
And you like grab onto an air duct, pull yourself up, jump up to sort of the outlet for their aircon, pull yourself up, and manage to just scramble up the building like really, really quickly. And you're
If
just
there
like,
happens to be an open window, I would jump through, jumper off, t-shirt on. It's a gym. I just
yeah.
hey, oh yeah, let's go, and then start moving through the building.
Yeah, that's fine. You end up in sort of like one of the changing rooms for the gym, but there's no one around.
Change clothes.
Yeah, you grab just someone's like athletics t-shirt, put it on. And
There's a hat, a cap, whatever's available.
Yeah, we just watch Mace Hunter like very quick change and then just walk out of the front of the gym, looking completely different. Right, so Percival.
Yes.
What's your move?
Can I get a word in here?
Yeah. James was first. Yeah.
Watching the guys move down the path. As long as I can see the others getting away, I shall stay concealed and then sneak off in a random direction without tripping the guy in the van unless he gets out, of course, and I'll leave him alone.
Okay, yeah, so you're going to leave those. Alright, so now there's just Percival there. I think Jordan, Leo is like pushed up against a lamppost, right?
I'm just, you said he pushed me out of the way and then just went past me, so I'm just sort of sprawled. They're not paying me any attention. I'm a drunk Scotsman.
Okay, that's fine.
If the guy does get out of the van, let me know.
Okay, he's
I'll
probably
slink away at this point.
ready.
I'll just start moving away down the road.
Ben?
He's probably just going to sit in the van ready to go when these guys get back in.
That's what I thought, but if he gets out, let me know.
But it's 2 questions. One, does my pentagram work? Because they work on these people because they are not specifically looking for me?
It's more like you need to not. It's kind of like if you were trying to sneak out of a city, you could do like the kind of the old rhythm to like make sure no one was like actively watching you. But in a situation where people are sweeping an area, it's not going to work. Like if you got off of this street, like if you were on another street and then started doing it, that would be totally fine. But it's not such an exact science that you can do it quickly under stress and very well under stress.
What about their comms? Because these guys are in the riot gear. Have they got ear comms?
Yeah, they've got earpiece.
Okay, here goes then. That's about to get kicked up to 11 and feed back like a bitch in their ear.
Okay, do you want to give us
good idea.
A digital intrusion roll? To do this on the fly under stress, I'm going to need a 5.
Okay, so I'm going to drop 2. So hang on. So that leaves me with 3.
Try and make sure of it. It's very
4 then. This leaves me with 2 because then I just need to roll a 1, don't I? Because you said 5.
Yep. So
yeah, 1.
Are you sure you want to leave that least amount of points? Because this won't refresh until after the end of the op.
No, I'll go.
Until you've got.
2. I'll go 3.
Okay.
3.
Give us a roll.
Okay.
You just don't want a 1 then.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You see these guys like rip out their earpieces as it like feeds back.
Just beeline for like the nearest exit.
Right. Give me an athletics roll, please.
I've got nothing to go in this, so I'm fucked.
Target number of 4, please.
Oh shit. Nope.
Yeah. So like you start running, but obviously you're a computer nerd, so you get winded quite easily. And by that time, like one of the guys, these are like fucking like spec ops guys. So one of the guys has already like grabbed you, wrestled you to the ground, and basically there's 2 guys on you. One of the guys like looking out around the mausoleum, and then like one of the guys, 2 more of the guys like going inside the mausoleum. So there's basically like a guy with his like knee on your back right now, and an M16 point at the back of your head.
So there's 2 going in and 2 upstairs, right? And 1 in the van.
There's 2 going in and then 3 outside. So there's 2 basically arresting Percival, and then 1 like on the outside of the mausoleum.
But
all got
M16s
M16s
down. Oh, I would have seen them. Wouldn't we, with the earpiece? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I might have to save him then.
You might have to save him.
Yeah. How can we go about this?
I've still got my gun, so I don't know if they've taken it off.
You're also on the floor.
Yeah, but if you can get one of them off me, I
So-
can probably help you shoot one of them. Kind of, I guess.
Do you even have anything you're shooting?
I have 2.
That's all right. It'll do.
2 over 16. Okay. So I would sneak up behind them. I would probably.
It's
use
not
the
going to be
knife
easy
on-
to sneak up behind them right now.
Okay. Let me have a
So-
quick look at sheet in the right tab. There we go.
Shit.
You'll be fine, mate.
I thought I could get out.
I mean, Mason and Leo were still in the vicinity.
We're not
I
miles
imagine.
away, and you don't know what we're doing next. So
Halbjorn and Leo are basically
Can I-
on top of you. They can definitely save you here. Mace is kind of like won't be really aware of what happened because he dived into a building and got changed.
yeah, my
Can
plan.
can
Yeah, sorry,
conceal
carry
be used for stealthy movement?
I don't believe it's supposed to be, but we'll
No.
say yes for now.
Okay.
I don't think there is just a straight up stealth thing, is
I
there?
would be concealing myself within the grave and maneuvering towards them where I can get a good shot.
I don't think there's a straight up stealth roll, so
You can hide
Yeah.
things from view. And
infiltration, I
conceal
guess,
them
would
from
probably work.
search. Nah, I've already spent my infiltration.
We'll let you
I
use
think I
conceal
shot
to
it.
like
I should
conceal
have
the
infiltrated
fire.
out. I should have infiltrated out. What a dickhead.
I mean, this is way more dramatic.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can suddenly spend XP, so let's put 2 more in infiltration then, so I can actually probably make this roll. Because I have some XP left. Let's do that. So let's make that 2. Oops, not 42.
42 plus 42.
Plus 42 infiltration.
You've
that's
auto
a lot.
succeeded
No,
7
that
rolls.
was the XP pool. So
That's 42 infiltration. He's the next president of the United States. Amazing, well done.
Come on, big boy. Oh, motherfuck. I'm
4
dead.
for sneaks.
4 for sneaks. Yeah.
Oh,
You
That's
can
not
get close, but you can't get like crazy
Hand-to-hand
close.
close.
You can basically get in the graveyard, and to the point where you're within like you won't have penalties to your shots, but you're not point blank. You can't just pop the guys without them seeing you.
Okay, then I think just find it. Can I chuck down 2 from my shooting pool for each shot to do the shooting at long range attempt thing? Make that possible to help remove modifiers.
You
You've
won't
got
have
no-
any negative modifiers on you.
You won't have any things.
Sorry, say that again, Ben?
You won't have any negative modifiers on you.
Right, okay. So I'm okay. I can take these shots, yeah?
Yep. So I'm gonna need a 4 because that's the hit threshold.
Yeah, no problem.
Remember they're wearing body armor and you've only got pistols. So
I have 2 pistols.
remember they're wearing body armor and you only have 2 pistols. So
True. This is
Did we
true.
not tell you that it's a Magnum? Like it's a .44 Magnum?
Yeah, this is my 334mm pistol. Standing next to a field gun.
I mean, obviously.
howitzer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
When
concealed
did
carry
Halvey become an
howitzer.
artificer?
Yeah. He's literally there with like the thing lighting the fuse.
We'll say it's a 9mm, yeah.
Oh, mad.
So what what was your target?
Your hit threshold to hit is 4, please.
Yes.
Dead.
4.
You're not dead yet.
So there's 1.
You're never dead until you.
Right.
Free
Okay.
kill.
So that was a hit, yeah.
Did you think killing me would kill me? Like
Sorry guys, what's Ben?
That was you hit the guy, right?
It was a 6, yeah.
Right. So
Go for the standing up one because he's far more likely to be able to swing his gun around.
that is a hit. Do you want to roll a d6? Just 1d6 for the weapon's damage, and then +1 to that.
5.
5. So we see this hit. The ballistic vest absorbs most of the hit, but you have damaged him.
Dang it. Okay.
They are now aware of you. So
I
You've got-
would take cover then.
Yeah, you just died behind one of the gravestones. You popped up.
Yeah,
shot
gravestones are fairly thick. They'll do for MP5s and 9mm stuff.
Right, yep. Bang! We see the guy like turn and go to shoot you with his thing. We see him just start spraying into the gravestone.
Does it do anything
We'll
to
say
the guy
that
on
that's
me?
what's happening for dramatic effect, but I'm not going to roll just yet. I'm going to wait for other people to act.
Sure.
There's one guy still kneeling on your back, but he's kind of half paying attention to you, half paying attention to his body. He's just been shot at.
So can I reach for the gun that I've got on me? Because he wouldn't be able to he wouldn't be able to do anything with my hands.
Where did you put the gun?
I would have put it in my trousers, basically.
Front or back?
Like, probably more towards front.
So it's going to be kind of hard to get at because again he's kneeling on your back. So if you want to make me a, is it filch that I'm thinking?
I've got filch. I'll have it.
Give me
Filch is to pilfer small items, so yes, it probably would be
Yeah,
that.
we'll go with a filch roll. Do you care if he's aware of this, or do you just want to get it out quick and try?
I just want to get it out quick and try and tap him. Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
one
we'll
way
say
to
a
die.
filch roll of 5 to be able to do it before he's able to pull the trigger.
So I'm going
'cause
to
he's
do
aiming
plus
at you.
2 because this is me. This is me. I'm fucking dead.
So we need a 5 here.
The gun talk in this campaign has got so many innuendos, it's unreal.
Yeah. Right. Here we go. Shit.
Yeah,
This
so
is the filch.
you
This
go,
is for filch.
you go to pull it out, and the guy basically like leans on you even harder. And he's like, "If you fucking move again, I'm gonna put a bullet in the back of your head,"
Fuck.
and just pushes you like further into the kind of mud there.
I'm gonna.
Right. Okay, so Leo, I think you're the last person who's kind of on scene right now. What are you doing, seeing this?
Right. I have a Glock still
Mhm.
from the first guard. So seeing Percival struggle to get freed from this guy who's leaning on him. Presumably his attention's now fully back on Percival because it's...
So, wait, there's 2 guards at Percival. There's the guy who's leaning on him, and then there's
And the guy
another guy
who's
who was...
shot.
Yeah, and the guy that Halbjorn has just put a round into.
Right, I'm going to shoot the guy who's leaning on him with my Glock.
Okay, remember, you've only got a Glock, and he's wearing full combat gear.
All I'm thinking at the minute is not killing them, it's just freeing Percival so he can get going.
Okay, yeah, alright.
If he gets free, he can just peg it again.
Right, make your roll for me, please.
Right.
He's
threshold
pretty
4.
far away, so we're going to say his hit threshold now is 5, because you're still in the curb, and he's quite far
Damn
away.
it. Right, let's do it. Fucking hell. Let's go do this. That's a 7.
Right, roll me a d6 for weapon damage.
Sorry, I'm striking off my shooting. I should have put less points in shooting, but okay. Let's not dwell on the past. 1d6 plus anything or nothing?
+1, because it's a 9mm.
Let's learn.
Yeah, it basically, like, it hits his helmet and just ricochets entirely off. It just leaves, like, a scratch mark.
So he doesn't move.
He doesn't. He's now, like, looking around to see who's shot at him, and he's, like, shouting at the guy who's just outside the mausoleum to figure out what's going on over by the road. I think at this point, like, Mace, you've heard a bunch of shots ring out.
Yeah, my plan is pretty simple because I've got out the other side of the church. So I'm, if you like, I'm the safest. I'm going to run as fast as I can back round to the church side because I don't know, if I'm honest, whether they've got away. And obviously, I now look like I've got some other gear on, so I could look like I've just come out of it.
Do you want to go to the side that Leo's on, or do you want to go to the side that's all like a big wrought iron fence that you?
Well, I
gonna
know
struggle to get out.
I'd go round to the side where I knew Percival was running towards because he's the one I'm more worried about. I thought the other 2 have gone, if I'm honest. So he's the one I'm more concerned about. So I'd run round in the hope that he's hopefully already left. That just leaves me to just bug out comfortably away.
Yeah, you run up and you see like Leo is there like shooting at where you expected Percival to be running out from.
But he's not.
But you can very obviously see like a guy is like on him.
Okay, right. Jeekers. Right. Move up to the side of Leo.
Well,
Obviously make sure he's aware that it's me. How many are left? How many are left standing, asked Leo? How many of these men are left?
You got those. The only two I'm concerned about right now are the two that are on him. Get them off of him and he can run. That's all I care about.
Right.
There's one more inside the bar, but we don't worry about him right now. We just need to get away from here.
Have they got a guy? Is there one guy in a vehicle? Did you say?
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
one
driver
guy
of that truck.
in the truck, and you see that he's like very obviously on the radio now.
Let-
He's got a
let-
sidearm, but he's just he's not getting out of the truck.
Is he aware of us two?
He's aware of Leo because Leo just shot. So yeah.
Right. If I was to move round to where the vehicle is as quickly as possible from the blind side, could I fling open the door, throw him onto the floor without worrying about
The
it?
door is going to be locked because it's like a security
It's a
vehicle.
security van. Think like
G4S
money pickup
style.
wagons where the driver can't get out. It's that
Okay.
kind of thing. Or the driver
Alright.
can't get in to get the driver, and it's bulletproof glass.
So he basically can't get out to get you, but you can't really get into him.
All right. What alternatively then? Again, obviously, if that's the case, it's that kind of difficulty. There'd be cars around, something a bit easier, maybe to break into quickly.
Yep, that's fine.
I want to try and break into a car. It's going to need a lot of effort, so it means I have to go for it.
You find a 2009 black Kia Picanto. You can smash
Sounds
the window.
perfect.
The tires look a little bit like run down, but I mean,
and if you run a compressor to do the tires without the engine.
What
Again.
skill would you want me to have for this to hotwire the car?
nah, you can do that. You're a secret agent. You've
Right.
done this before. It's a cheaply made
Right.
Korean
I
car.
want
They can
to-
go really
I
fast
want
around
to-
corners.
This is going to be the risk bit. I want to drive the vehicle in to as close as possible to Versal on the ground, taking the man out.
There's not much clearance, Sean. I'm gonna be fully honest with you. You're not really gonna be able to do that.
If you run that vehicle at Percival, you'll run both Percival and the.
I'm going to try. The guy's kneeling on him, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and
Flat
swing
to
the
the ground.
car. I want to swing the car
The
in. and
clearance on that car is
handbrake
like that
turn,
big.
Right, so handbrake turn, bring the car level alongside, push open the door, knock the man off him, and drag Percival in.
This gonna be good.
Okay.
This is what I'm going for.
I'm
So,
gonna
Well,
need
this is a fly movie.
6 in driving for you to be able to do this.
Yes, I have driving.
Can you give
This
me a
is some
6,
high-
please? I need
Okay,
a time.
I have to tell you now, my driving skill isn't that great, right? It's a 2. I'm using it both points, please.
Ben, do you want me to roll for it, Sean?
Yes,
Good,
please.
yes, please. I'm
So
using
plus
both
2,
points.
Sean?
Yes,
This is gonna be
I've got-
amazing.
I
Right,
don't think I've got any cherries on this. I'm just relying on brute force and luck.
lovely. Everybody, cross your fingers. It's a 7!
We see the Kia Picanto like slide round and like knocks the guy off. You can't hit him without running over.
I'm not worried about him alive or dead. Dragging Percival in.
You're not
I'm not trying
worried
to
about
find out.
Percival being alive or dead.
Well, no, the other
So
guy.
basically, you
Percival-
swing the car around and smack him with the door. You can't hit him
Yeah.
with the car because obviously you'd hit Percival because
Yeah.
there's no clearance.
Yeah.
Smack him with the door. He like stumbles off, and as you're like grabbing Percival up into the car, Leo from behind you, this big prison van just stops. The doors swing open. And we see this kind of like red, almost like smoke that smells slightly amphetamine-like.
We're not hanging around. I'm dragging Percival in. We're driving. We're
Right,
getting out.
you're driving, but you're in a cemetery, so you're gonna have to turn all the way around and go past.
Oh,
Leo
I
anyway.
fully understand the complication. There's
Yeah,
stones
yeah, okay.
in the way and everything.
Anyway, so we see this happen. So the door's wide open. We see this red mist sort of emanate out.
It's probably the acid of the battery, I think.
We see out of the prison van 4
Yeah.
of these figures who are in like very piecemeal sort of special forces gear with like no helmets on. One of them's like missing a jaw. They're all like really scarred up. One of them looks like he's taken like a frag grenade to the face, but he's still walking.
I haven't got time to survey this. Percival, get in!
Oh shit.
They basically all like
Oh.
stumble out, and by stumble out, I mean they walk out, but it's like their movements aren't that of a person. It's almost like a stop motion figure, like sped up,
Yeah.
as they all sort of jump out of this car. And then you see like one of them very quickly like surveys the area. This is what we see as the camera. As you're swinging around and hit him with the door, and we see one of them just break off. He's sprinting like this, jumps, clears the wrought iron fence, and is just sprinting towards the car. So, Leo, another one of them, like just looks at you, and starts to run. One starts to run towards you. We can see the back of Halbjorn on one of these gravestones. One does the exact same thing where it like jumps all the way over the fence and lands and starts running towards you.
Oh god.
What you're seeing here is the advanced stages of a mask addiction.
Nice.
God damn it.
I imagine so.
What you're seeing here is a brown pants situation.
Just for the reference, do any of these look familiar?
Oh shit, not again.
I don't think you've come into contact with a masked junkie yet.
No, but I mean, as in like for the people that I'm looking for.
No, they look like they look like they were originally special forces guys, but now they're like
Mask addicts.
mask addicts.
You probably haven't seen them. We have.
Mr. And I like clamber in the car.
Yeah, you're in the car now. That's fine. The special forces guy, noticing the guy bolting towards you, just abandons his rifle and just starts running towards the fence.
Ah, cool. Okay. So that guy that was shooting at me is no longer.
Yeah, the guy who's shooting at you. That guy just lets his gun go on a sling, and he bolts back towards the mausoleum. The guy that's in the mausoleum starts closing the door.
Do they not differentiate?
Sorry, say again.
The guy who was shooting at you is running from the new guy who's turned up. These assets that have turned up.
Oh yeah.
And differentiate. Yeah.
Did he actually drop his gun, or did he just? Is it still on him?
I'm going to say he actually just discarded it. He was like, nope, and he's bolted.
Now I got a machine gun.
You'd have to get over the car. It's like the other side of the car. So I think we sort of leave it on this. The special forces guys are retreating back into the mausoleum as these four masked junkies have kind of descended on the graveyard. Superhuman strength, speed, and, let's be honest, scariness. So that's how we end the episode. These masked junkies running towards our heroes. You didn't even kill one of them last time, so let's see how you deal with four.
No, we didn't.
Cool. At least you've given us a week to decide what the fuck we do next.
You mean how we die?
I feel as if this is this might be a contact spend for me. Like I feel as if like. Quiet!
I'm going to contact the bomber I am circling the city and just get into fucking...
I was going to say, I don't think you've got time to use a contact here, I don't think.
You could have retroactively used a contact, like, to set this up. I will allow that. We'll figure out what your actual action plan is next week.
That's lucky. Did you hire Rent-A-Kill with your contact?
Just drop fucking a mech suit, like, I don't know what we're gonna need to fuck these guys up. Oh my god,
Guys, it's all going to be fine. Because do you know what we get back next week? At the beginning of the session, MOS.
Yeah.
Yeah, but MOS is supernatural.
Fuck all to help us.
Say again,
well,
you can score hits, but you won't kill with your MOS because they're supernatural.
I know you will. But just give me something, damn it.
They've not got body armor though, so your 9mm are going to be slightly effective.
Excellent! I can get my MOS back that I didn't use and disguise myself as a red junkie. Oh yeah, that's going to work.
Mace just jumps out the steering column of the car, rolls down, and then starts running.
Hello, my friends.
Right, so I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Knights Black Agents Blood Feud. I hope everyone had a good time. You all have a good time?
Great time.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
You were looking forward to this encounter, weren't you, Ben?
I was so excited to bring back the Masked Junkies.
I loved it. I love this.
So, we'll do what we always do, which is plug the things you want to plug. We start, as always, with the easiest one here. James, plug what you want to plug.
I should plug the Loom, because that's where I tend to hide on the internet. Other than that, that's about it, really.
We should get James like a charity every week that he can...
Make a Wish Foundation for James. If you can.
Yeah, Jim will fix it. What?
No, I did that one. That's a true story, actually. My brother wrote in to Jim will fix it on my behalf when I was a young lad. True story, this. And asked if Jim could fix it for me to milk a cow. I'll leave that here in your kind hands.
Oh God!
No more needs to be said.
Ban from Twitch.
Oh dear.
Jordan,
It's
please,
unfortunate.
can
It could
you
have been
plug? Jordan, please, can you plug whatever you want to plug?
Yes. I would probably plug the Loom also, because it's where we all hang out and play games. It's where I met these guys, and also go and subscribe to the Pod of Many Things, because I believe that that's something that we should all be listening to more of in our lives.
And the Flickering Torch, cough.
They're already on the Flickering Torch, Benjamin.
Yeah, but they can subscribe as well. Sean, you want to plug whatever you want to plug this week?
Well, I've plugged everybody, so the only thing I've got left to plug is Ford Kia cars. They're very, very good.
I have a Kia currently. It's very nice.
Damn fine cars, I tell you, they get you out of a lot of problems. Don't buy any of this modern stuff. Get yourself a Ford Kia car.
I had a
That's
2009
fine.
Kia, and it was... Ooh. It was fine. It was totally fine. I've got a new 2020 Kia. Delightful.
Is it?
Oh, I read so.
Does it actually electrically work or mechanically work? There are two differences with it here.
Finally, Addison, would you like to plug whatever you want to plug today?
Obviously the Loom. Come check us out. Come join us for our 5e games. Forbidden Lands. We've got Pokemon. I'm thinking of doing Persona, Dark Sun. We've got a Star Wars game that needs players. We're proper diversifying. And then obviously, I am now the Furbolg Bard of the Pod of Many Things. So please check us out and have a good time with us, hang out with us, chill with us, and obviously, again, thanks Ben for having me, even though I caused chaos. And
no, I've really enjoyed how this episode turned out. It was really fitting for your character to jump the gun because he's never been on an up before.
This is the beauty of it.
Actually, that was literally why I did it. I was like, oh no, fine, fuck it, bang, and I was like, oh no, Addison knows that this is going to go terribly wrong. But yeah, no, thank you very much for having me, guys. It's going to be a wild ride. We've still got to get to Club Ambrose yet.
You've still got to escape this first.
Yeah, we've got a whole new encounter to deal with.
Yeah.
Yes, me finally. Please subscribe to YouTube, the YouTube channel. This is either on or you're watching it on Twitch. I am the Flickering Torch, pretty much on YouTube and on Twitch. If you want to watch us live, it's at 7:30 UK time every Monday night. So please come join us. I believe after we finish season 1 of this, we're going to be playing some Blades in the Dark, which I'm very excited about, and I don't have to run the game. So that should be quite fun.
Yeah, you just got to worry about the computer stuff.
So thank you from me, and I guess thank you from the cast, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Bye, guys.
Peace out.